Department of Information Technology, MCKV Institute of Engineering, and Vice President, Institutions Innovation Council, MCKV Institute of Engineering. And also with us, Professor Joydeep Banerjee sir from ECE department. He is the assistant professor of Electronics and Communication Engineering. The first speaker is Professor Amit Padikar sir on the workshop on problem solving and ideation. So I request Professor Padikar to start his deliberation. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. Today's workshop on problem solving and ideation. This is actually consists of mainly two parts. First part related to entrepreneurship, and second part is related to ideation and problem solving. Mainly, I will talk, focus, and provide some insights into the meaning, quality required for entrepreneur, opportunity and challenge faced by them, and at least a small discussion about the entrepreneurship as a career opportunity. Just I will share my slide. Is the slide is visible?
Yes, slide is visible, but
Yes, sir.
Okay.
make it full screen.
This is the outline of our presentation. The concept of entrepreneurship. Then I will cover
Sir,
skill.
I think your slide is not changing.
Yes, it is the first slide is visible only.
Yes, this is the first slide.
Okay.
The concept of entrepreneurship. Then I will discuss skill, characteristics, and attribute and function of entrepreneurs. Then I will cover some activity of MCKVI. Professor Banerjee will cover importance of innovation and idea generation, importance of problem solving, creative thinking, and strategic thinking. Introduction. Actually, the economic development of a nation depends on its industrial development. On the other hand, the industrial development is based on. Hello?
Sir,
Yes,
the next slide is not visible.
this slide was visible.
Your
Is
slide
the-
is not changing, I think. Means it is only showing
Please
front
move to the
page.
next slide.
Now is it visible? Hello?
Yes, it is visible.
Next.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Is it visible introduction?
No,
Yes,
there
sir,
is no
introduction slide is visible.
visible.
Now is it visible, na? Is
Yes,
the
sir.
introduction slide is visible? Okay.
Yes, sir, introduction slide is visible.
The economic development of a nation depends on the industrial development. The industrial development is based on the entrepreneurial competency of the people. And the concept of building entrepreneurship promotion is need of our nowadays. In simple, entrepreneurship is the act of being an entrepreneur, which can be defined as one who undertake innovation, finance, and business in an effort to transfer innovation into economic growth. So entrepreneurship is nothing science or art. It is a practice. It is a knowledge base. It defines the starting new organization or giving life to the mature organization. Now question arises, who is entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is an individual who creates new business, bearing most of the risks and enjoying most of the rewards. The process of setting up the business is known as entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur is commonly seen as a innovator, source of new ideas, goods, services, and business and procedures. So, entrepreneur must be innovator, and those innovative idea will be converted to some enterprise. Then the person will be called as a entrepreneur. In society, there are mainly three categories of entrepreneurs. First one is social entrepreneur. This is an individual who pursue innovative solution to social problem. Say for example, in last 23rd November, Sujata Chatterjee actually visited our campus, who is a founder of Twill Store, who is a social entrepreneur. What is her activity? They normally collect the old clothes and give new life to this old cloth to make others people need. I will just show you the activity of this. Is the screen is visible to Twitter store? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Is the website is visible?
No, it is not visible. Actually, it stick to the first side.
Oh. Click to the first side.
Only the first side is visible only.
Types of entrepreneurs is this one?
No. Only the
Sir,
problem in the ideation workshop. The title
Sir,
side is visible.
one thing, only first, I can present from my side.
Yes.
Okay. First, I am presenting you, and then continue. Just please confirm me it is changing, slide is changing or not. Contents of entrepreneurship, it is changing.
Yes, now it is changing, sir.
Okay, so Amit sir, now you can just
Yes,
go
move to
through.
the next slide.
Okay.
Yes, this slide is already covered. Is it visible, or I have to cover this also? Oh, next slide. Next. This is also covered. Next one. Yes, this one. Social entrepreneur. He is actually an individual who pursue innovative solution to social problem. Serial entrepreneur. This is an individual who continuously come up with new idea, start the business, and often time sell to innovation and shareholders. They are high risk taker with lots of unique ideas and are not always interested in a career with a particular business or company. Say for example, Elon Musk. Next one is lifestyle entrepreneur. This is an individual who creates profits from personal passion. Say for example, MakeMyTrip.com, the founder of MakeMyTrip.com. He is a lifestyle entrepreneur. Finally, move to the next slide. Now I'll describe the quality of a successful entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is not just starting a business. It is about having attitude and the drive to success the business. All successful entrepreneurs have a similar way of thinking and possess several personal qualities that make them to successful businessmen. Some of the qualities are dreamer, inner drive to success. They will be innovator, ability to organize, passionate, risk taker, decision making, continuous leader, and possess to change continuously. There will be the lifelong learning capability, negotiation skill, and strong belief in themselves. Those are the qualities of a successful entrepreneur. Just move to the next slide. Now I'll describe the function of an entrepreneur. They are risk taker. That means the entrepreneurs may take risks in starting up and sustaining his or her business. He will be good salesperson. That means an entrepreneur must be a good salesperson. If one cannot sell as an entrepreneur, it cannot succeed. He will be goal getter. That means entrepreneur do not set goal, but always tries to so to achieve their goals. And this must be a good team leader. Next slide. Those are the role of an entrepreneur in the ecosystem. They create opportunity for employment. They set competitive skill set. They add wealth in the nation. They introduce and disseminate new method and idea and technology. And finally, overall economic growth in the country. Next slide, please. Now I will describe what are the challenge normally entrepreneur face in India. There are various challenge. First one, family challenge, social challenge, technological challenge, financial challenge. I will describe those things in details. What is family challenge? This is where it becomes almost impossible to convey that you can generate more cash with your passion than doing what your dad is doing. This is the most serious challenge in the family in the Indian specific scenario. Next one is social challenge. Family challenge is always at the top because that is what matter the most, but at the same time, social challenge are also very important. Let's us explain how this social challenge actually impact. Suppose you opt for an entrepreneurship and your friend opt for job. He now has a flat, car, etc. because he or she can easily get those things by bank loan. But still, you have nothing to show off, as this is where challenge comes into the picture. Next one is technological challenge. Indian education system lacks too much from job industry as a whole, but then it lacks even how those technology could be used for online entrepreneurship. This is very much difficult. Next one is financial challenge. Financial challenge means difficulty in borrowing funds. Financial challenge are lots difficult in India, especially for online entrepreneurs. When you are starting an entrepreneur, you do not opt for venture funding, but try go with funding small to medium business people. Many such non-technical business people does not understand the online business model as a whole. So getting minimal fund from them become challenging. Other challenge are policy challenge. That means problem of raising equity capitals, problem of availing new material, increased pollution, ecological imbalance, explosion of small and poor countries, etc. Now I will describe various opportunities in entrepreneurship in India. Nowadays, India actually enter into free world trade, improve risk-taking ability, government of nation withdraw some restriction, technology and innovation spread into the world, encouragement to innovation and invention by government, promotion of healthy competency among nation, consideration increased government assistance for national international trade, establishment of other national and international institute to support business among nations of the world. In India, already IDII in Ahmedabad actually built up, where people can get trained about the entrepreneurship, benefits of specialization, which is already incorporated in syllabus, social and culture development. Those are the various opportunity. Then what are the challenge in rural entrepreneurship? In rural entrepreneurship, few challenges are growth of small culture, poor assistance, power failure, lack of technical knowledge, capacity utilization, and infrastructure sickness. Then I will describe what are the challenge, and then I will describe the opportunity in rural entrepreneurs. Those are crash scheme for rural development, food for work program, national rural development program, regional rural development center, entrepreneurship development institute of India, Bank of Technology, rural innovation funding, and social rural entrepreneurship. Now I will provide you a snapshot of Indian entrepreneurship scenario. A recent NASSCOM report shows that India needs 8,000 new business to achieve a target of building USD 87 billion IT sector. And it is also seen that in next 10 years, 110 to 130 million Indian citizens will be searching for job, including 80 to 100 million looking for their first job. It is also reported that empowering women entrepreneurs in economic priority that will bring considerable benefit to Indian ecosystem. Already, India's women own 13.5 to 15.7 billion business, accounting for 20% of all countries' enterprise. With a proper support, the number, sale, and sustainability of each entrepreneur could increase significantly, creating 170 million jobs, which is more than 25% of new jobs that need to be created in India till 2030. So today's knowledge-based ecosystem is fertile ground for entrepreneurship in India. It is right believe that India has a extraordinarily talent pool with virtually limitless potential. Therefore, it is important to get committed to creating right environment to develop successful entrepreneur. To achieve this, India presently focusing on the following areas: creates right environment for success, ensure entrepreneurs have access to the right skill, ensure entrepreneurs have access to smart capital, enable networking and exchange, government support, that means both central and state government take more interest in promoting the growth of entrepreneurship. Now I will describe what are the activity actually provided in MCKVI for the innovation and startup. MCKVI already implemented NISP, that means National Innovation Startup Policy, for both faculty and student. Screen highlight the corresponding spoke. You can contact them. IIC stand for the Institute Innovation Council. Nearly 49 event will be organized in 21-22 academic year for innovation startup related activity. Smart of the activity are Smart India Hackathon, SIH, Jukti, where you can submit your idea, you can get fund. MCK we have Startup Club, to inculcate activity of startup related activity, patent and IPR related activity take care by Devabama Madam and Sudip Samanto. MCKVI also attached with GBIN, Green Bengal Innovation Network, which is a joint initiative of Switch On Foundation and Network for Global Innovation, supported by Government of West Bengal. So those are the various activities which are going on by MCKVI to inculcate the activity of innovation and startup. Next slide, please. So whatever I have discussed, entrepreneurs are the bedrock of every society. Their activity bring about the growth and development of economics. We therefore should never look down on any individual that is able to think out an idea, implement it, and solve a problem of humanity, no matter how small the solution they provide, to increase national income by creating new job. Entrepreneurship act as a bridge between innovation and marketplace. So those are the main remarks. So you have already seen what are the market strategy. So anyone can take the opportunity, both faculty and students. Entrepreneurship as a career opportunity. It is already also noted by Ministry of Education that from 2020 to 2050, this is the time for innovation and entrepreneurship. Now I will hand over the mic to Professor Banerjee to continue.
Thank you, Professor Fadikar, for your nice presentation. Today, I am first confirming me that am I audible or not?
Yes, you are
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay.
Well, audible.
Okay. So today, myself, Joydeep Banerjee, Assistant Professor of PC Department. Today, I am going to focus another area, that is ideation and problem solving. So, first thing, what is ideation? Ideation is nothing but the creating process of generating new ideas for problem solving. Means an ideation can be accomplished by different techniques. Just example, brainstorming, prototyping, like this. Means ideation means there are some creative ideas that is required for problem solving. Now, the ideation process can be classified in different stages. So what is the first step of your ideation process? Okay. Ideation process is required for any problem solving. I am coming later. What is problem? What is the problem? What should be the problem solving approach? First step of ideation process should be idea generation. First, encourage different ideas for your problem solving. Then, from this different idea, we will evaluate all this idea and we will select the best idea. Okay. Next, we are going for refinement, development, and testing and implementation. So this is your ideation process. First, we generate ideas, then we evaluate the different ideas, we select the best ideas, then we are going for development and testing and implementation. Now, question is that what for ideation? Ideation is for problem solving, to solve the right problem. Now, question is that what is right problem? Problem should be associated with human being. Problem should be associated with for the benefit of the society, for the benefit of our society. Just one example. Recently, Hugli, Howrah, Kolkata, that affected by dengue. Dengue, basically, mosquito is the carrier of dengue. Now, this is a mosquito bat that can help to eliminate mosquito and that can help this dengue problem. So, problem is dengue, solution is this mosquito bat that can be helpful to solve this problem. So, I want to say that problem should be realistic, problem should be associated with the problem of human being, problem of the society. That is the most important thing. And problem identification, that is the first job of our problem solving and ideation process. Next, Same thing, we can use our induction of a solar inverter that is used for our uh, different work. So that is associated uh, with our need. Similarly, renewable energy, that's another example just that can be usable for energy crisis. Future energy crisis, this can be a support. So what I want to say basically, problem we have to know what is the need of the user, what is the need of human being, what is the need of our society. Then we can identify the proper problem. Then we can solve this problem. That is the first important thing. So if we frame our design thinking process that can be framed in such a way, our first step is we have to empathize. We have to understand what is the need of human being. This is your first steps. If we can understand the need of human being, need of the our society, then we can define the problem. Obviously, your problem should be realistic, that should be associated for the benefit of the society, for associated with the human beings. So problem should be defined in such a way. When problem is defined, then we have to solve this problem. So for solving this problem, then this ideation process is required, in which there are many creating ideas are generated to solve the problem. Next, we are going for experimentation or prototype generation for this ideation. Then we are going for evolution test and solution of the problem. So your design thinking framework can be framed in such a way. First, we have to, first step is important. We have to understand what is the need of human being, what is the need of society. Then second step, what is the problem? Define the problem properly. Then next process. Now, so what I have already told, so problem should be associated with human being, problem should be associated for the benefit of the society. So it should be realistic, it should be human centered. And initially, we should be non-judgmental. We have to, uh, we have to keep in our mind curiosity. We have to take all the problems, what is their possible solution, we have to consider. And for problem solving, we have to make some brainstorming. And this is some brainstorming process steps are written here. But one important thing, first we have to uh, encourage one important process of brainstorming. First, we encourage all the wild ideas. All wild ideas we are encouraging to solve the problem. Then build on the ideas of others. Another important thing is we have to focus on the topic. Okay. And we have to be visual. We have to make a sketch of the problem and problem solving. These are the common thing for our brainstorming, for our problem solving. Now, next thing, what is the rule for problem solving? If it is the question, what is the rule? What is the unique rule for problem solving? The rule for problem solving is that we have to be rule breaker. Rule breaking is the rule for problem solving. What I am saying that, suppose there is no problem is identified, we are now in comfort zone. Okay, where we are in safe, we feel comfortable like this. Now, problem is identified. So we are now outside of our comfort zone. There is lack of confidence. We are not confident. There has fear in our mind like this. So we are in fear when we are outside of our comfort zone. Now, next, we are trying to solve this problem. So our problem solving approach keep in learning zone where we achieve some new skill, we develop some new skill to solve the problem. Then we can solve the problem, that is our growth zone. And then we are going for some milestone, we define new goals like this. So first important thing to solve a problem, we have to break our comfort zone. We have to come outside of our comfort zone. We have to identify the problem. Okay. Then we have to try to problem solving. That is our learning zone. Okay. Then obviously problem will be solved. We are going defined. So problem solving approach is that, rule for problem solving approach is that we have to be rule breaker. That is the rule of problem solving. So I have already told, finding the right problem, that is the most important part. Identify what is the problem of the right problem. Right problem, that is human centered problem, that is associated with your society. So identify the right problem, that is the most important thing. Next, this problem solving approach should be multidisciplinary. Multidisciplinary approach should be there, and that should be problem solving approach should be in a collaborative manner. Empathy and observation are important for your problem solving, because if we empathize, then we can understand the need of human being, need of the society, then we can define the problem. So in your problem solving approach, we can take some iterative step. I am not going to discuss all these iterative step details, but through some iterative state, we are coming to the problem finding. So identify the problem first, then again with some iterative step, we are coming to the problem definition. Problem definition is the most important part. If we can define the problem properly, our job is half done. Then ideation process, where new ideas are created, then we are going for further implement, then process problem solving is going on. Next, so your problem, this is, it is showing a problem solving loop. So first step, if we summarize it, first identify the problem, then different new ideas are created. Different new ideas created means that is ideation process. From there, we are selecting the best idea, then we are going for testing of this idea. Okay. Then our evaluation or result again redefine the problem. Okay. There are maybe some lacuna, and it will redefine the problem. And again, we are creating different ideas. Again, we are selecting the ideas in such a way it looks like a loop. So this may be a problem solving approach. And I have told there is no rule for problem solving rule. So, but here some problem solving steps is showing here. Just first we define the problem, clarify the problem, etc., etc. But one of the most important thing is that identify root cause of the problem. What is the root cause of the problem? We can identify it, so that is easy to solve, and our action of plan easy to be implemented. Then when your root cause of the problem is identified, then develop action plan, execution plan, etc., etc. So there is no one fit size for all problem solving approach. That should not be same. They are different. For different problem, we have to make different problem solving. Okay. So here some creative approach is required, some ideation is required for your problem solving. Now for defining your problem, these steps you can follow: differentiate fact from the opinion, specify underlying causes, consult each fraction involved for the information. But one of the most important thing is that all these things are written here, that identify what standard or expectation is required, or what standard or expectation is violated from the standard. Okay. Then obviously we can modify it. And another important thing, don't try to solve a problem without proper data. With some data, try to solve the problem. Without data, we should not try to solve the problem. Now, initially, we have to consider all the alternative solution for problem solving. Okay, what are the different approaches coming? We have to consider all this approach. We have to brainstorm. We have to take other alternatives. Okay, we have to we have to involve other individual and taking information from there. So initially, all the alternatives for problem solutions should be considered. Next, so different alternatives, different ideas are coming. Now evaluate. Now evaluate these ideas, these alternatives, all these alternatives, and select best alternative. And this evaluation obviously should be relative to a target standard. It's with a reference. We should evaluate these alternatives. We have to evaluate these alternatives obviously without any bias. And These alternatives obviously give some possible outcomes. It should be proven, and your alternatives should be selected. Alternatives should be stated properly, explicitly. It should be stated. Then we are going for implementation and follow up, and we are going for solution of the problem. And when we are in problem solution stage, obviously, suppose your problem is solved, but every stage you have to take the feedback from your affected parties, from your customers. Always we have to take the feedback, and according to the feedback, you can modify your problem solving process. Okay, that is the thing. Obviously, always a monitoring process and measuring process should be there, and evaluate the long term result for the final solution. So your problem solving process, first define the problem. That is the most important thing I have told. Identification and define the problem. That is the most important thing. Then analyze the problem properly, establish criteria, consider all the possible solution you have to consider. Then decide to a solution. Then we are going for implementation and follow up. So this can be your problem solving approach. Now, another thing is important for our problem solving, that is in our thinking process. That is, one is your creative thinking, another it is your strategic thinking. So your thinking process uh, that can be classified mainly creative thinking and strategic thinking. Now, what is creative thinking? Creative thinking is required for any innovation. Okay. And humans are natural innovators. So, creative thinking, when we are going to solve any problem, obviously, creative thinking is required. And for creative thinking, obviously, this creative thinking can be occurred at the any time. It may be day, night, any time. We have to be dare to dream. We have to, for your creative thinking, we have to be dare to dream. We have to take the challenge. We have to think outside of the box, outside of the track. We have to think in an unusual and unique way. Okay. We have to focus, we have to take the challenge. Number four, we have to take the challenge, we have to focus on the big picture. And finally, we will create a unique solution. This is your key principle of your creative thinking. Now, what is strategic thinking? Strategic thinking, basically, it is the efficiency to execute the job. Creative thinking, that will give some creative idea, basically, for your problem solving. Now, strategic thinking is basically the strategy to how efficiently we can execute the job. So, in your strategic thinking, resource allocation is important for doing the job as fast as possible. Resource allocation. Next, for your strategic thinking, first, obviously, that is time limit is there. Obviously, when you are going to complete any project, any job, obviously there must be some time limit. So maintain your timeline, do the job as fast as possible, and your total, or number two, your total work should be broken into some parts. Obviously, that total work should be broken in some part on the priority basis. Then do the job just part by part, going for your just part by part, you are going to complete your job. And we should take obviously some linear step to solve the problem, to for your strategic thinking process. The steps should be linear, that should be simple to, and it will be easy to communicate. Okay. Graph detailing is required, and finally we should go for obvious solution. An obvious solution means, suppose an example, there is no need to reinvent the wheel. Okay, already it was invented. Now, uh, do that what is required, do what needs to be done, and do it well. What is required, do it and do it well. Now, next question is, what is better? What do you think, creative thinking or strategic thinking? Creative thinking and strategic thinking, both are important. Both are important for executing your job. And most of the time, obviously both type of thinking is required. You will need to add both of the thinking simultaneously, both hats simultaneously. Means both thinking, creative thinking and strategy more are required. And obviously, when you are going for some completing, you are going for working in a collaborative innovation project, both type of creative thinking and strategic thinking, both are required. They are supplement to each other. So this collaborative innovation project or these things, both creative thinking and strategic thinking is important. So we can't say this is better. Both are required. Now this innovation that is important for our future, actually, we are going for innovation. Previous day, we are chasing for our computer, but in our future, obviously, we have to go for our innovation. Their creative thinking, problem solving approach, all these things are required. Our students are lucky because they will go through a rapid change in the technology they are going through, in a rapid change of the world. But thing is that there is a challenge. You have to survive with this changing technology, with this changing world. So this is the challenge for our survival. Obviously, we have to go for innovation approach. We have to go for problem solving approach and ideation process. This is the one thing for in your innovation approach. But innovation, that is the future of us. And that's all from me. Actually, very briefly, I have shared these things. And these things actually I have covered: creative thinking, strategic thinking, and brief idea what is ideation process, what should be the problem solving approach. So in our problem solving approach, one of the most major important thing is we have to identify the problem and define the problem properly, and that should be realistic problem. And that's all from me, which I have shared, and I have learned it from Innovation Ambassador training and other sources. And thank you. If you have any query, you can ask.
Any question from the audience? Any question? Okay. So I think there is no question from the audience.
Can we take a
Thank
snapshot
you.
for all
Yes, yes.
with open picture?
Thank you, Dr. Professor Khadikar and Dr. Banerjee, for your wonderful presentation.
Thank
Hope
you.
students and faculty members who want to be entrepreneurs in future will be helpful from the presentation. Thank you. Kunal, please give the feedback link.
Yes, ma'am, I already sent.
Okay, thank you all.
Snapshot is taken.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So, thank you, speakers. And thank you all the participants.
Thank you all.